Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Travis and Susie here, once again from the Wolf Hunters. We got a reaction video for you. We got this link right here. You can find that link in the description box, which is below the video. There's a blue link. If you click it, you can pick it. You can request music, movie scenes, comedy skits, live performances, sports videos. In this case, we've got a whiskey video.
Yeah, good thing I have my whiskey.
That is not whiskey. Then what kind of whiskey is that? I guess you can put coffee in whiskey. That's what I do sometimes.
You can?
I mean, coffee and whiskey. Whiskey and coffee. Don't spill it!
Anyways.
I
do enjoy a cup of Joe and a cup of whiskey. No, I don't really drink
No, not a cup
usually.
of it.
Not a cup. I'll have, I'll throw back perhaps a shot of whiskey in celebrations.
Anyway, today's video is brought to you by Brian. Brian is bringing us, hold on a second here, let me see this. 3 great value single malts for 2024.
Hello, you multi.
I guess this is Ralfydotcom. And then
Ralfydotcom.
There's a note here
that says, "Hi Travis and Susie. During the last recycled whiskey review from Aquavite, I think that's right, Aquavite, that I shared with you, Roy mentioned that a certain gentleman with a bothy, which is a house on your property. That's not your actual house. Anyways, donated a bunch of bottles to help fill his blood tub. Well, that gentleman would be Ralphie from Ralfydotcom, who's been reviewing whiskeys online for 14 years now.
Wow.
Roy and Ralphie. Wow, they should do a show together. Also,
featuring the Wolf Hunters.
Also regularly co-host the online Scotch Whiskey Awards every October.
Oh, that's awesome. Very cool.
Last year, I wanted to dress up as him for Halloween. When I asked my wife if she would join me to dress up as John, the whiskey neighbor, that didn't go over so well. Therefore, I've decided not to revisit that question again for this upcoming Halloween.
But you did consider also dressing up like us for Halloween. And I think maybe this upcoming Halloween, you could plan that out.
Maybe we could dress up like you guys. And you guys could dress up like us.
That'd be funny.
Anyway, okay, let's face it. Most whiskeys that are any good tend to be quite pricey. So that's true. So here, Ralphie talks about 3 whiskeys that are both affordable, less than $50, and very good. Yes.
That's what I like to hear.
Having tried all 3, I can attest that the Aaron 10 is particularly tasty. Okay. I'll say this. I haven't had very many whiskeys that I've loved, but the truth is that the ones that I do really like tend to be on the pricey side. Yeah. So I would say that perhaps I'm just a bougie whiskey drinker, and perhaps I just, should be trying all these whiskeys that...
A bougie whisker drinker. Whiskey drinker.
Whisker drinker? Whisker drinker. Yeah, so, I mean...
This is great.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we should try some of these, and then I would love it. Hit the like button and subscribe. I really like when a liquor is, like, really, really good, when a whiskey is really good, and you can taste all the other things in it. I think that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Hello, you multiplicationers. Ralphie here in the bothy, giving one of my own malt mentions because I'm introducing 3 great value single malts for you to consider buying in 2024. This is particularly relevant to people who are looking not just for affordability, but for actual quality of whiskey. in the experience of smell and taste. So these are absolutely sippers. And before I introduce each of these three bottles, I want to start by letting you know that I went through the archive a wee bit of my previous videos as to what I recommended last year in 2022 for this year, 2023. And this bottling, the one in the middle, the Arran 10-year-old.
Did he write books? Life, Death, and Whiskey, Ralphie.
Oh.
Stories from the whiskey bar, Ralphie. Search for a whiskey bothy, Ralphie.
Oh, that was good. That's a good eye right there. I think Brian would be proud of you. I see his YouTube plaque back there as well. Anyway,
I don't see. Oh, it's right in front of my face.
That's the 100,000 subscriber plaque, I think. Anyway, I could be wrong. Aaron, we're looking at
old, featured in my previous recommendations, but the other two have changed from last time. Last time, in, let me see, it was recorded November 2022. It was called 3 Great Malts for 2023. And it included Bunnahabhain 12-year-old, which I still recommend, and Balblair 12-year-old, which is an excellent consideration, well worth looking out for, because importantly, there are whiskies which are a little bit off our radar. We're not actually really fully aware of them. We see them sitting in shelves, but we tend to bypass them because the brand isn't immediately recognisable, in particular in relation to online conversations, which tend to be increasingly fashionable whiskies for ease of reference. And that's just the fact of it. It's not a criticism. But here we go. Here's this year's recommendations from me, Ralphie, here in the bothy for value whiskies. And the first one I'm going to point out is excellent value. You can buy this usually for about £30 to £35 a bottle in the UK. It's Annock, it's 12-year-old. The entire range is excellent. I've never had a bad Annock yet. And this one is bottled at 40%. It is chill filtered, no doubt about it. But it's got very little in the way of added caramel colourant. I'm recommending this one because of its accessibility. For the price, you're getting a unpeated, slightly complex, but sensation restrained whiskey. So it's soft in the sweet, soft in the sour, soft, very soft in the bitter, and there's very little in the terms of salty and savouriness. It's a lovely barley sugar cereal whiskey, and you can't go wrong with it. It's great, actually, great whiskey for blending with other single malts.
See, it's great cereal whiskey. So when you put it, you wake up in the morning and you just want, you know, some nice, you just pour it on your cereal. And then for breakfast, you get to have a nice, healthy breakfast. So that's cereal whiskey.
Wow.
It's a nice breakfast drink.
Yeah.
Or I'm kidding. Okay, guys, I'm kidding. Okay.
Which is something I'm going to be featuring more of in this channel in 2024. My second recommendation is a stalwart, an absolute staple in the category of Scotch single malt whiskies. From out of nowhere,
staple.
This distillery, after a bit of a shaky start, I have to say, really found its feet and has established itself as one of the most consistent, affordable, accessible, in other words, easy to get your palate round, and available single malts you'll find out there.
This is the one Brian recommends. He's tried it, said this is it right here. This
said
is
he could stand behind it.
Yeah.
round, and available single malts you'll find out there. Importantly, this is a brand which it bottles at integrity strength, 46% natural colour, unchill filtered, and it says so on the label. And the label, malt mates, yep, is where it matters. The label is the direct contract between the producer and the customer. That's us. Again, unpeated, cereal notes, biscuity, naturally understated complexity. So the Anok and the Arran actually have quite a lot in common as styles of whiskey. Also, if we're looking for a summer whiskey that's not going to be demanding in our palate, both of these are excellent options. As is Deanston 12-year-old. Again, another integrity bottling single malt, very affordable prices. I don't think it's going to last the way inflation is going on everything in the UK. Simply the cost of making and putting whiskey into the market is jumping significantly over the last few years and over the next few years because of the underlying rate of inflation in the British economy. That's one of the primary reasons. It's not that the producers are making more profit. They make very, I wouldn't say marginal profits. They make very humble profits compared to other luxury commodities, which are consistently more profitable. I'm thinking of trainers, for example, or even soft drinks like Coca-Cola, much more profitable than Scotch whisky at a standard, accessible, affordable bottling presentation. It's the real world. Deanston is a Highland single malt. The Arran is an island. The Anok is a Speyside. Deanston is a Highland. You tend to have a little bit more dryness in the finish, a little bit more freshness and zestiness there. But again, an expressive, accessible single malt. So you've not just got accessibility, it's quite expressive with it, pleasantly so. So it doesn't matter where your palate is in your single malt sipping journey. You're going to get a lot out of a bottle of Deanston 12-year-old. And furthermore, like the Arran, like the Anok, what's really clinched it for me to present them to you as highly recommended 3 great value single malts for 2024 is the fact that they're just consistent. Consistent from bottling to bottling. And all 3 of these bottlings, by the way, when you have a bottle of these, if you decide to upgrade and go for another permutation, another version, perhaps an older age statement, you're going to have a really reliable point of comparison. So these are really great, all 3 of them, single malts to give you access to the rest of the single malt range coming from these distilleries. I'm Ralphie in the Bothy, here to be helpful. Hope you enjoyed this. If you have, we'll see you soon.
Ralphie in the Bothy.
That is so fun.
That was a great job.
I admire when someone can taste all the notes inside of any kind of liquor or drink, where, like, if someone says it, usually I can pull it out. Like, if someone's like, oh, there's a little bit of blah, blah, blah in there, like, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I noticed that. But, like, I can't taste something myself and be like, oh, this and that is in there.
You know, but you probably don't, like, I don't know if the right word is work at it, but, like, you don't.
Sure,
you're
perhaps
not, like,
maybe
practicing.
Yeah, perhaps it's a muscle that could be worked. But also, like, it's kind of like, you know how, like, some people can see all these different colors? You actually can see a lot of colors. Like, when they're, like, when they have those things, it's like, how many colors do you see? You see, like, usually about 10 more colors than I see.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's an incredible
You tried
skill.
to do it with coffee once.
I did.
But we also did have, like, a cheat sheet that would help us after we, like, took our guesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sat on that.
You did. You did a few of them.
I did.
Yeah.
I still have some.
Yeah. That was inspired by the actually the whiskey video. The what was it called?
Yeah, you know, I wanted to do it with coffee, but I think that this is the thing. I think that I like
Advent. It was the Advent.
Yeah. I think the thing is that I like coffee.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter, but I think that we should invest in maybe a few whiskeys and see how.
I want to try that.
See what it's like.
Adden one.
Yeah,
Adden
let's do
10.
it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you enjoyed hanging out, hit like and subscribe. If you want to request your own personal reaction video, look for this link in the description box below the video. Click and pick it. Stay tuned. Stay positive.
We love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.